Как сидит?
Сидит ты с запасом.
Как давай расстреляю.
Ukrainians are counterattacking in the Pokrovsk direction. The Ukrainian armed forces have regained positions inside Kotline and Pishchain, south of Pokrovsk. These counterattacks are being conducted, among other forces, by the assault regiment Skala and have been confirmed by Russian sources. Ukrainian forces then repelled an attempted counterattack by Russian troops in the Kotline area of Donetsk region, during which a captured American-made M113 armored personnel carrier was destroyed. The attack was carried out on a mined road under Ukrainian drone surveillance, resulting in the elimination of Russian personnel and the destruction of multiple armored vehicles, including a Russian BTR-82A. According to the Ukrainian drone unit from the 155th Separate Mechanized Brigade An of Kiev, Russian forces launched an assault on Kotline using armored vehicles, including a previously captured M113 APC. The vehicle had been modified with additional protective grills. The advancing Russian units encountered pre-laid Ukrainian mines, leading to the destruction of their armored assets. This attempt followed recent combat operations by Ukraine's 425th Separate Assault Regiment Skala, which had pushed Russian forces out of Kotline. The area remains contested, with Ukrainian forces working to maintain control and counter ongoing Russian attacks. Kotline, located approximately 10 kilometers from Pokrovsk, holds strategic significance due to its proximity to key supply routes. Earlier, it was reported that Russian losses near Pokrovsk have exceeded those of the entire Second Chechen War, citing Viktor Trehubov, spokesperson for Ukraine's Khortytsia Operational Strategic Group. According to Commander-in-Chief Oleksandr Syrsky, over 7,000 Russian soldiers have been killed, with total casualties, including wounded and missing, reaching 15,000. Russian Marines of the 810th Brigade filmed Ukrainian warriors on the Kursk front using a new tactic. A drone lay in wait near the road and instantly attacked a Russian vehicle as soon as it came close.
Коптер с этой пивишкой. Пошел.
Как сидит?
Сидит ты с запасом.
Как давай расстреляю. Где ты его видел?
Вон там вот сидит.
Он сейчас нас снимет, сделай мое внимание.
Я тебе сказал, вот он, коптер сидит. Прям синенький с этой припасом сверху. Может, это такой разведыватель?
Он сейчас нас под того там поднимет. Пиздец. Блядь, он сейчас нас достанет.
Russian war criminal Captain Konstantin Nagaiko, responsible for missile strikes on Ukraine, including the killing of 59 civilians in Hroza, Kharkiv region, has died from wounds sustained in January, per Ukrainian intelligence. 47th Brigade of Ukraine repels new waves of North Korean attacks on the Kursk front. The attacks were carried out by a large number of infantry groups in several directions at once. The assault began at midnight, lasted all night in several waves, and lasted more than 16 hours. They marched across fields and open areas. Enemy infantrymen were also transported on buggies and unloaded into narrow landings where the enemy was hiding under trees. The losses in this assault, at least a company of manpower. According to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, North Korean soldiers have returned to the front lines in the Kursk direction, once again bolstering Russian forces in their ongoing invasion. This development underscores North Korea's deeper involvement in the conflict, which has reportedly come at a significant cost. Since their initial deployment, North Korean units have suffered massive casualties, with Ukrainian intelligence indicating that their losses have been particularly severe due to poor training, inadequate equipment, and their use in high-risk assault operations. Despite the heavy toll, Russia continues to rely on these foreign fighters, likely due to its growing manpower shortages and difficulties replenishing frontline units. The deployment of North Korean soldiers not only demonstrates Russia's increasing dependence on external military support, but also raises concerns about further international ramifications. particularly regarding North Korea's willingness to supply troops for Moscow's war effort. Ukrainian forces, bolstered by Western-supplied weapons and intelligence, continue to inflict heavy losses on enemy troops, including foreign mercenaries and conscripts forced into the conflict. The scale of North Korean losses since their involvement began remains undisclosed by both Russian and North Korean officials. Donald Trump said he spoke to Putin about ending the war in Ukraine, reports the New York Post. Peskov said that the Kremlin can neither confirm nor deny publications about the conversation between Trump and Putin. Against the background of the multiplicity of these communications between the Kremlin and the new US administration, I personally may not know something. I may not be aware of something, he explained.
What can be said about this news as the administration in Washington ramps up its work? A lot of different communications arise, and these communications are conducted through various channels. And of course, amid the multitude of these communications, I personally may not know something, may not be aware of something. Therefore, in this case, I can neither confirm nor deny it.
The moment Estonia disconnected its power grid from Russia has been shared online, a historic step toward energy independence. In 2025, the supply level of unmanned systems to the Ukrainian Defense Forces, primarily FPV drones, increased to about 200,000 per month, revealed the first Deputy Minister of Defense, Ivan Havrilyuk. If we take unmanned systems, especially FPV drones, which are used to defeat the enemy, we started the first quarter of 2024 with 20,000 per month. Today, this figure is about 200,000 per month and is on the rise, he shared. However, he emphasized that this regards not only FPV drones, but the entire range of drones, including systems received as part of international assistance. The Deputy Minister emphasized efforts to introduce ground robotic systems. They are used for logistical tasks, mining and demining, and evacuating the wounded. When performing such tasks, the military is forced to move to open areas where they are in the greatest danger. Therefore, it is planned to transfer these functions to ground robotic systems as soon as possible. At the end of October 2024, the Ministry of Defense reported that in 10 months, the agency, together with the Ministry of Digital Transformation, had contracted 1.6 million UAVs of various types for a total of over 114 billion Ukrainian hryvnias. These include long-range, FPV kamikaze, reconnaissance and wing drones, as well as attack copters and aircraft. Out of this amount, suppliers have already completed orders for 1.28 million unmanned aerial vehicles worth over 81 billion Ukrainian hryvnias. At the same time, another 366,940 units of drones were scheduled to be delivered by the end of the year.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.